Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a Friday morning. You don't normally get to listen to me on a Friday morning because I'm normally fast asleep. But it is an unusual day. I'm on my way to the States to go and see Benji and Judy and to help them out with the dance-a-thon, Dancember. Now, this is the first year that I'm going down, and it was really so cute because I wasn't planning to go down because I never had before. And it was really interesting because I was at work yesterday and suddenly I got a call from Benji, and I never get a call from Benji at work. I can't remember that I ever have, but maybe I have. Anyway, but he sounded absolutely devastated. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "I was booking your hotel room." And I'm going, "What?" And he said, "I was booking your hotel room when I suddenly realized that with all that was going on, I had invited everybody except you," or whatever it was that he said. And I went, "What?" And he said, "I need you here." And now, I don't mind telling you that what's running through my mind are very short words because it's the last weekend before Christmas, and you know I had planned to do more Christmas baking this weekend and to make up some present issues. But you know, what I said to Benji was my truth. He doesn't ask me for help very often, and I know why he needs me there, and I understand that he values that part of my psyche. So I just said to him, "I have two things to say to you." And he said, "Okay." I said, "The first one is, of course I'll be there." And he said, I'm almost scared to ask for the second. And I said, "That would be clever. Because my second one is that you have to pick the weekend before Christmas." "See you tomorrow," is what I said. So here I am on my way. Now, for those of you who were following the Facebook entries yesterday, you will know that the first thing I couldn't find was my passport, which was pretty darn scary, I don't mind telling you. And I'm thinking, where on earth could it possibly be? And then I thought, well, when did I last use it, which is always a good start. And I looked in all the usual places, and it's a passport. You don't just huck that anywhere. Passport is, you put it away carefully, right? You would think. Well, after I stripped the house apart, I then went back and went, okay, seriously, think, when did you last use it? And I last used it when I went down for the christening. So then I said, okay, think. You're in the car, you've just cleared customs, what did you do with your passport? I said, I would have put it beside me in my purse. But it's not in your purse, so therefore, what if you missed the purse and it fell between the two seats? Wait, what? What if you missed your purse and it's actually fell between the two front seats? I said to myself, you mean I've been driving around with my passport in my car? And I don't know about the rest of you, but that's sort of, it was quite a sick feeling for a moment. But I decided I would not go with that until I was had proof of it, so to speak. So I went down in the cold and wet, and guess what? Found my passport between the two seats, exactly where I thought they must have dropped. So that was really good until I then couldn't find my headphones in case I do get to do some sort of a broadcast. I found my backup ones, you know, my small earplug ones, but I couldn't find my big phones, which are my good quality ones. And then luckily, wow, that sun is beautiful. Anyway, luckily, it took quite a while because I had them in my hand when I was looking for the passport at one point. I remembered that, and I'm going, then what did I do with them? And I could not find them anywhere. I took everything apart 3 times and still couldn't find them. Thought I'd already packed them. No, that wasn't true. And so it went on. It was quite cataclysmic. It was just horrible. And then the funny thing was, I decided, okay, fine. I have to stop looking and let St. Anthony find them for me, because otherwise I'm never going to find them. So with that, I started to move things off my bed with the idea of actually lying down and resting, knowing that I got the backup phones with me if necessary. And moved the suitcase off my bed. That was fine. Then moved my fat purse off my bed, and guess what? There it was. Underneath my purse was my headphone. So, all things were good, and with that I vegged out for a little while and then went fast asleep. And here I am at the border, about to go through. Well, no rush on that one, and I will probably catch up with you on the other side here. Bye-bye for now. Okay, so this is awesome. I am now through the border already. It took me only 22 minutes from leaving home, so yay, I'm on track here. But very exciting at the border. Just after I closed off the camera, there was a SUV to my left and slightly ahead of me, and suddenly 2 border guards jumped on it. I mean, I've got to tell you something, they really reacted to this car, or this SUV. And I'm thinking, maybe they're training. Anyway, they lifted the tailgate, and inside were 2 jerry cans of, I would presume, gasoline, which they removed very quickly. And then they had a special tool with them that they opened up under the bed of the trunk of the SUV. And I'm thinking, what on earth are they doing? Then I sort of thought about it and thought, gosh, you know, if you were really sensitive because of what had gone on with the Korean cyber attacks, and what if that is a distraction for something else that's going on that's, you know, and they're expecting that it could come through Canada. You know, if you had a suicide bomber, I guess you could go through with an SUV to the border. That's what I thought. So it was very exciting in that moment. Well, then I saw a very rare sight. I saw a smiling border guard. I couldn't believe it. I actually got a smiling border guard, ear-to-ear grin, really great. I actually started off by saying, "Oh, that is so nice to see." Anyway, but to my right, there was one of those little tents without any sides to it, you know, awning type thing. with a couple of people underneath, probably freezing their butts off. Actually, no, not too bad. Actually, but now 43 in American is 6 in Canadian, so it was. It's not what you might call warm. And I said to the border guard, when you finished asking me questions, I've got a question. I always try and get one in. And so he says, go right ahead. And I said, what the f are they doing over there? And then he told me they're counting. I said, what? He said they're counting cars or something for the university. And I looked at him and I said, in today's technology, you got to sit there and do it physically? Really? And he said something about, well, maybe the government doesn't have enough funds. And I looked at him because what they're sitting underneath is this incredibly strange sculpture that I have shown you before, the frame, the wrought iron frame, picture frame that is up in the sky. And I said, the government hasn't got enough money just to remind me, how much did you guys spend on that sculpture? And he said to me, take a guess. And I said, okay. How about $250,000? He said, yep, some people think it was that, and some people think it was closer to 300,000. And I'm going, really? So we're counting traffic by hand. Remind me not to laugh, I'll ruin my eye makeup. Anyway, so that was a very memorable little trip through the border. I'll catch up with you later. If ever you ask me about, hang on a second, let me just move something. That noise was me just hitting the rumble strips on the side, nothing serious. I've said each time I come down here that this to me is the most memorable piece of landscape. If ever you had to ask me what do I remember about Washington State, it would be this particular section of road, and I probably say it every time I come here, but it's just like, wow, it is so magnificent. It's almost one of those things where you think you couldn't actually imagine that it is in the middle of a well, how far are we? We're 20 minutes away from the Canadian border, and it looks like this. And so, as much as I love it in the fall when you have all the magnificent colors that we missed out on this year, but I have done it in previous years, it is really great to see all the mists and the I don't know if you can see it, but all the mist rolling over the hills here, the clouds so low to the ground that it's almost as though the tree line is breaking up the clouds. Quite something. I just had to show you. Juliana and I have been painting, which includes me.
Can I have corn? Oh, be careful. Pencils.
How are you doing? So we are now 4 hours away from go.
4 hours, we're gonna dance.
And do we look really relaxed? It's amazing.
You know what? I think it's ever since you came here, I felt so relaxed. I think it's your voice or just you.
You're sweet talking.
She's looking at ASMR. Do you know what ASMR is?
Yes. Actually, Benji said to me, if you want to make a lot of money, Sal,
She's just totally just talking about it.
And I said, what are you talking about? And I actually looked it up and I went,
Yeah, baby, that's
really?
See, Mommy's gonna do her nails
But
now.
it's good to have it in the brain in case I ever really need to. So Juliana, we managed to do the usual. I walked in and Juliana and 2 twins cried. So now we're very happy that we've calmed down a bit since then.
Oh, that's very rough for the face. That's for the nails, JB. For the nails.
She's so cute.
JB, what happened to opening your present now? Did you give MamaSal a hug?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Did you want a present, Juliana?
Hey, what's that?
The idea of giving MamaSal a hug?
No. What's that? Are you gonna open it? JB, do you need to go pee-pee? No. Oh, is that what it is?
This, I don't know if you can see it against the light, but it's welcome home for Jude.
Are these called Eskimo kisses?
These are cute.